always look at the budget here from the point of view of the finances of the government, and that's what it technically is. But the fact of the matter is, for the last several years, the budget has also been a statement of intent. And that has been driving the markets as well for the last year or so, where you've seen huge government expenditure move the markets. Now, 5 key questions to look at ahead of a budget, which is in a sense going to be a pre-election budget. One is, will the pace of the government's capital expenditure slow down? It's expected to slow down from a 33% odd increase last year to about 8 to 10% increase, although on a higher base. What does this mean? All of that push we've been seeing on railways, on building roads, etc., will that get hit? And then what happens to those stocks and sectors? Also, will welfare spends increase significantly? There is an expectation that the PM Kisan scheme, which gives 6,000 rupees to farmers, will be increased maybe up to 9,000 rupees. What will that cost? Remember, your food and fertilizer subsidies already 90% of all your subsidies. How much headroom is there? And can the government really resist increasing these subsidies ahead of an election? If so, what does that cost, and does that come at the cost of capex? These are some of the things that the street will be watching out for. Apart from this, expectations of a rail capex boost, and I must talk about it. You already had a record capex for rail, a record budget for rail last year, 2.4 lakh crore rupees. There were these reports it will be bumped up to 3 lakh crore rupees. Truly and frankly, the spending room isn't there. So what happens to those sectors and stocks? To what extent does that work continue? Infra spend is also a big question. Usually infra spend is muted during an election period and will possibly be muted till next July's budget. Your new roads, your new capabilities may not be sanctioned immediately. But what this budget's indication will be is how much is this government willing to spend on infra, and of course on the basis of the fact that it's expected to continue after 2024 as well. The big question then, is there room for a rally in some of these stocks that have been fueled by government spend? And I'm just going to pull up 4 sectors with their biggest gainers that we have been seeing, because these really are the sectors that have been boosted in the last year. These are year-to-date numbers as of yesterday. So look at railway stocks in the last year. In IRFC, they're 429% up. The railway budget and that number will be looked at very, very closely. The other sectors that are on top of mind right now, defense is another one that we must see. We're seeing this in practice, actually, a huge Make in India defense push. Look at Masgard up about 188%. We've picked the biggest winners in these sectors. And renewables, one way or the other, the renewable push is here to stay. There is no question about it, and you've been seeing that story play out in this space as well. The last one I'll come to perhaps is infra, and IRB infra is one we should watch out for. All of these in this pack have seen a big boost. The question is there enough room to run up? And that's what we'll be watching. Yes.
Lots and lots of sectors, Tamanna.